This right here came in 2019. This is the Velocity Blue.
Gorgeous.
And it looks good. These are the two colors. If I had to get, I don't know which one to get, because in the Camaro or these two, because this remind me of the Hyper Blue, and this is just lighter than the Hyper Blue, but it's still one of my favorites since they just came out with it, and I fell in love with it ever since I seen it on the Corvette. But it's just, I'm still at awe. It's like, which one do I get? Drop a comment below which one y'all would get. Like, either it was in the Mustang Grabber Blue or Velocity Blue. Would you like this in Hyper Blue or Rapid Blue? So
Rapid Blue, Grabber Blue for me. That color is so eye-catching.
Okay.
Mesmerizing. I can't stop looking. I got your car. Let me get my car in there too. I keep just gravitating towards it, man. It's like, oh. And my car all dirty over here. Sorry for the Mustang crowd. I'm dirty over here. Tried to get it washed, but I ran out of time. Didn't want to be late.
And I got the cheat code. And I got the cheat code with the PPF, as y'all know, so I can dry this hard. And it still looks clean when the sun healing it right now. So the more the sun flashes on it, the better it looks, you know?
Oh, man. So what is washing it like? Do you just rinse it off? Or do you gotta still scrub and everything?
I don't even know yet. I gotta ask Chad how to even clean it, to be honest. I put it through the touchless wash, and it did pretty good. I hate to say I got something on here, but I can't find it because I think it must have healed itself. I think it was something here, but it came off, so it's hard to even find it anymore. It's that good.
Oh, it heals itself? It's like Wolverine?
Yeah. So it's if I can scratch this, I'm not gonna do it, but I can scratch it and it will heal itself in the sun with hot water, or I can put hot water on it and it'll just heal itself that way.
Man, so if you got a mistress, go get your car PPF wrapped on there.
Yeah,
you keep your car, it's gonna heal itself.
Yeah, it's an investment, but again, if you're changing up the cars like Q, that goes from this to this, it's not worth it because he won't get your money back out of it. Private sale, you would. But to a dealer, you won't. They don't care.
They're going to be like, okay, thanks. They won't even, I know, to trading the car into a dealership, they don't care about what you did to the car. I got all this documented stuff in the glove box. They're
right.
Throw it in the trash. We don't care. We're going to get the car and get rid of it.
Right. So I got Q here. It's the same day, different video. Y'all seen the first drive that I did with him. This man was just nice enough to let me drive his GT350, man. I don't know how many friends y'all have that will let you drive their GT350 as hard as I did with no problems. He push it more. Me, I'm no, I don't want to burn the clutch.
You had to, man. Red line. I had to let you know, because not too many people. I'm the only person I know personally with a GT350, and it's when will you get a chance to drive one? So why not? Why not share that?
Yeah, see, very generous, man. Y'all need friends like him too, because I know we was in Florida, race car friends, and probably let us drive his Subi hard too. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Kez is nice. Kez is nice. He'll probably do it. So y'all check out Race Car Friends channel too, because he's pretty good, and we're very close to him too.
Yep.
So while we here, we're going to get straight into the comparison, man, because these are devil advocates of each other. So we're just going to jump into okay, what is the difference between the two? So for me, coming from a Camaro car, I do believe it or not, I do like the front fascia on this model year versus my Camaro. Why? Because of the whole, how this finish here. I just like how that looks, and then the splitter down there that shows Shelby, versus it don't look like it would just curb rash you. Have you curb rashed this at all?
A lot. I do a lot.
Wow. I figured I would curb rash this a little bit more than that one.
I think I did it pulling up in here somehow. Driving here, I scraped the bottom, but it's you really can't tell, but it is lower than the Camaro. I think even the
Wow. Okay, let's check this out there from the side. He said it's lower. Wow.
Stock height, man.
Oh, wow, it is lower. Okay.
So the GT350, I agree with you. This is my preference of the better looking of the two. It's a better front end to me. This was the one for me. That's why I had to get one, man. And I had a 2019 GT. The Camaro, that Camaro looks better than the 2019s and 2020 plus GT Mustangs, in my opinion. But
Okay,
this
okay.
classic one, the pre-refresh was the best one.
Okay. And then like looking at these, like if I had to compare the two, like okay, I gave a favor to the Mustang. So now if I'm comparing the two, looking at them, like the 1LE is the best wheels stock-wise out the factory to me. Like it's the best, everybody's favorite. It's forged aluminum. It's like hands down the best looking one.
These wheels
Compared to the Fords right here. Y'all, what y'all think? The carbon fibers that come with the Ford, yeah, it costs more, but it will win over these. But get it what you can get.
Is that curb? No!
Oh man, he can't drive. He can't
my
drive.
God, man.
I thought that was suck.
I did too, man. I'm out here neglecting my car.
Yeah, man. So y'all gotta appreciate it too, man. Like we out here with salt on the ground, 60 degrees, and people talking about they're not driving their cars here because the roads are soft. So
Right.
It's not that bad. He just haven't washed his. And I don't know how long yet. Me, I washed mine 2 times. So
Man, that's probably how much I wash my car. I'm not a big fan of washing cars. Like my cars need to be washed, but I like to do it myself. And in the wintertime, it's hard. And I got a schedule to go to Jay's Mobile Wash. That's the only man I let touch my car.
Okay.
And it's just not enough time. I couldn't fit it into my schedule.
Okay.
But definitely the wheels, SS1LE to me. I like these wheels better than I do the ZL1 too. Like these are the best wheels probably of mostly any car that I've seen. Yeah,
and the concave, that's what I like about it. I don't know if the ZL1 has like that concave look.
It doesn't look this good if it does, but man, like look at that concavity right there. Like I really don't care for the GT350 wheels. Let me get on the other side because it's lighter. Like they're okay. I like the 2016 and 2018 wheels. They're very similar.
Okay.
But these are just kind of plain for my liking. I'm not a plain wheel type guy.
Okay.
And then I got winter tires on here, so it's kind of like looking anemic right now because they're thinner. These are 285s on the back.
275.
Oh, 275s, and the front is 255s. The stock tires are like 285 and 305. So.
And he on 19s too, so that's the difference too. He on 19s out the factory versus I'm on 20s out the factory.
Got them dubs over there, like it. Man, that. Woo.
Yeah. But looking at them like out the factory, they did do them well though. Like I like the paint color. I like how they accented with like the black mirrors. That looks good. Just comparing these two. And your roof is factory too. It came like that too?
Yeah, that's a factory option, the black roof, and it's like
nice.
Painted.
See, that's nice. See, we don't have that option to come with the black roof. We just have the option if you get the 1LE, you get the wrapped hood. That's pretty much it.
Yes. So it comes with the vinyl stripes. That's an option. Painted black roof. That's an option. And on the SS1LE, this hood is a wrap.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's a difference right there. We got a wrapped hood. The Mustang doesn't. I don't think you can get any Mustang with like a black hood. They don't do that.
No, they don't do that. They look, to me personally, they look better with stripes anyway. Like I wouldn't do it just with the black hood anyway, unless you had like a crazy wrap going on with it.
The hood, like the Camaro, the hood is. It's like, look at the shape of it. You can do it on here. Like,
yeah.
The Mustang, the hood goes to the headlights over here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of odd to have just a black hood like that.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that I'm looking at is like going by the rear view. Like the rear butt on these cars, the big booties on these joints. I feel like, oh man, it's tough because I would say like if it's the older one, like I don't think I would be able to do it, but I like how they got these like clear smoke on both this year. Like that's the best part for the Camaro. Before you would have to like get those. They usually come in red, but now GM caught on to like, okay, people like the black clear smoke look. Now they just start adding those all to the cars unless you got like a lower trim.
Yeah, so actually mine, that's a mod on my car. Like I'm very subtly mod. It came with red tail lights. So
okay.
I got the European style because I saw them like they made the Mustang like a global car and they got them to the Chinese market and they got right-hand drive Mustangs too. And I'm like, dog, I gotta get those. And then the SS1 LE, it has the clear tail lights too. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I just couldn't go back to red. Like I had to. It was an option.
Yeah,
and I got those. Let me go take a look over here. Like this clear look is awesome. It's kind of stealthy too, and you can get those aftermarketly smoked out too.
Okay.
I like the clear look better.
Okay.
But these look amazing.
I just like I like these. If I had to compare, it's like it's hard for me, but I just like this one because it pays homage to like the 5th gen like Camaro style a little bit, like the 2013 model year.
Oh yeah.
Kinda.
Yep.
So I kind of like it. It grew on me a little bit. But your wicker build, compared between the two, it's like I like the wicker build more. I wish that would fit on this one, like in GM own way. But they're both awesome cars, but I like that wicker build a little bit more the way it sits. I don't even know the name of it. Like, is it a special name they call it? Or?
It's a nickname. They call it a swing. It's a spoiler and a wing. And the way they designed it, the downforce on here is like something much crazier than I forgot what it was, but it's a lot more downforce with this design. And this is the same wing on the GT500. I think the base GT500 gets this wing, unless you get a track package. You get the big, dumb, whatever.
Okay.
And then this little gurney flap right here, that's an option too for the track.
Okay.
Some kind of track option I got on here. So the gurney flap, so it adds that. And I can do some damper control on here, so I can change the camber.
Okay.
On the front wheels. I don't do all that. I'm not a track rat like that, so I don't be doing those kind of things. I took it to the track. I didn't even know. I found out afterwards.
Get exposure to it, man. Y'all gotta get him out. He gotta come out with me, man. Do the track, man. Cause that's how you can experience these cars, man. Like literally, like you can do it on the road, but the fullest potential. It's on the track.
Yeah, and this car sucks on the road to get it even close to the potential. Just the way the engine power comes on, you like always got to go to red line. You can't do that within limit. Like the first 3 gears, you breaking all kinds of laws, like felony speeding tickets right there.
Yeah. So let's open up this thing on this beautiful GT350, man, to compare the difference like between the two, like to see what's in there.
So I got my car wrapped in Michigan salt. So y'all can't get that yet. That's exclusive.
Yeah, look at that. But look at it. Oh man, this looks so good. It feel like Alcantara on the seats. Is that like that, or I don't even know. It's hard to compare, but it looks like it to me. I'm not. Excuse me, guys, because I'm not like a good Ford. I'm not a good Ford expert. This is my first time seeing it, but after driving it, I'm loving it more and more.
So it is considered Alcantara, but I don't know about the seat though, because some of these things don't be feeling like the real deal. And I know sometimes they use like a synthetic microfiber type of suede that's like synthetic Alcantara, because you can tell like Alcantara kind of feels, it has a certain texture to it, like a real premium. Like if this was like a Bentley with a suede ceiling, like you'll feel that. And these, you don't really get that same appeal. It does the little, like if you rub it the opposite way, it'll do that. So this is probably the economy version of that. Got around the steering wheel.
I like they give you the e-brake. See, that's something I must say, like compared to like the one that lead, like I actually kind of now prefer the actual hand e-brake versus the electric one in the Camaro, because I feel like I don't know that it's on or it's off when I'm releasing it sometimes. So yeah, I really like that. And GM should have mimicked that, because like I prefer the storage space here versus the one in the Camaro, because you don't even use it in here, and this is a lot deeper.
Oh yeah, so storage space, you get that galore in the Mustang. And the knock against the Camaro, like the plastics down here, I cut my hand till it bled on these pockets on my Camaro one time. That plastic on there is sharp. We gonna go to your car and see, man, if they change that, because it's like, woo.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. And then like I gotta knock Mustang. I'm sorry, maybe it's just me, but the shift knob on the Camaro looks a lot better than the Mustang GT350, man. Like they got a little bit of plastic. It looks good, but the feel of the SS1 LE is even better. Even on the regular Camaros too, though, because they give you leather.
Yeah.
Oh no, so it feels a lot better, but when you ready to race, your palms can't be sweaty on the gear shift at all.
So going between the two cars, the shifter is beefier in the Camaro, and on here it's kind of like, man, it's a little smaller. That's the difference between the two. It's smaller, and the Camaro shifter feels better to me because it's kind of skinny at the top. A lot of people replace these with those what's that, the MGW shifters.
Okay.
The Camaro is fine right out the box.
Okay.
What else is the difference here?
I do like the gauge cluster. I must say that, and I do like the screen. I can't just dog it out. Ooh, look, he got the snake. I know, can y'all see that? I missed it, but
oh dang!
But it looks good, and that classic Ford beep too. Like I like that sound, believe it or not.
Let's see. There we go.
Ooh, y'all see? I glanced it a little bit onto the steering wheel. Okay.
Yes.
But it's nice though. Like I like the interior. And you agree this is more family oriented than the Camaro, or you prefer the Camaro?
Absolutely, that's a fact right there. A lot of what we say can be opinion. This is the fact. The Mustang. If you got family, if this is your only car, you might have to go Mustang, especially if your kids are bigger.
Okay.
But
what about the trunk space? That's like the big, that's one thing I hate about the Camaros. Like the trunk space is kind of like small, like whatever. They cut like a weird hole into it. Oh my gosh!
Got ample trunk space back here.
Look at that. See, look at his trunk space compared to mine's over here. Like, look at that.
So it's an awkward opening, and
that's horrible, man. That's horrible. They could have cut it out like this to get you some more space, but it's just so small.
It's the tail light design, because you see it's like right down here.
Yeah.
So they at some point within the Camaro's life cycle, they changed the federal mandate to where you can't have the tail lights lift up with the trunk. So they have to like kind of go around that, and that
makes sense. Okay, that really makes sense.
But it's deep in here though. The Camaro has a deep trunk. It just has an awkward opening to
put stuff in there.
Yeah, you can't even fit the tires in through the trunk. You gotta fold the back seats down from the inside and slide them from the inside out.
I hate that. So now we're waiting to see what the GT350 looks like. Now we're gonna open like the Camaro SS1 LE and see what it looks like in here, comparing the two. See what you are complimented with.
Let's see if I can get up in this thing. I haven't been in yours.
Yeah, see now. First thing, like I dislike this on the Camaro. I hate to say that. I like it with the lights, but I do like how Ford at least brought some light color there. They had the Ford
plain plastic right here
on there. One thing that the Camaro is doing better at than the Mustang is the Recaros. The Recaros feel a lot better here, and we come with Recaros. For as much as you paying for the GT350, it came with Recaros.
I can get Recaros in there. It's the base option though. I got the comfort seats in there. I got the daily driver seats.
Okay, so I can't get mad at him. Okay, so he chose the comfort seats, then I don't blame him then. That's his daily. So you got the Recaros here. This is like the same on both cars, so I kind of like that. So I can't complain there.
Yep, and this shifter, this is the chunky shifter, man. Like it fits the hands well. It's got like a little groove in the front.
Yeah, see, I like the shifter in here.
We got some 1LE floor mats down here.
Yeah, I had to get those to compliment it, man, because I feel like that's where GM, I feel like that's the afterthought. Like, they didn't really think about the package, the RPO code like that until later. So,
I can't even get in the car, yo.
We got the seat. That's how you know nobody will never drive my passenger seat. See, that's the factory setting.
Dog, man. All right, dang, get my man bun in here.
Yeah.
All right, I have to lower the seat all the way down.
Yeah, see, we still in here. See, I'm still a stickler. Like, I still got the factory little plastic film that's on there. But the shift knob, comparing the two, is a lot more. I do prefer the Camaro more because of the Alcantara versus, I think it's the hard plastic or whatever it is, and it's smaller. But I do like the safety feature that they added in there where you can lift it up and put it in reverse. I really do like that because that's like memory in my mind. Like, okay, I had to lift it up to go in reverse versus in the Camaro, you just got to slap it over and you're in reverse. So that's a good safety feature. I do prefer what Mustang did added there.
Yeah, because it's like no confusion. Like, dang, am I in? Like, sometimes you're like, am I actually in reverse? And sometimes it won't be. But the Mustang is like, you know for sure. Unless your shifter breaks on the Mustang like it did for me that one day. But we are good now.
And then like just sitting in it, just coming from both cars, I do say the GT350 visibility is a lot better. I can see more of the road a little bit versus I feel like the hood sits a little bit high. You have to be really tall to see in this car, really, because if you're short, you're gonna have a hard time because of this here. The Mustang did do it better here a little bit.
Yep.
On the instrument cluster, because they put it over there on the passenger side. Really, they're like, we don't care about the passenger, so they made it bigger over there, but made it flatter over here.
Yeah, this window is a lot narrower. Like, and the visibility isn't to where it's like an unusable car in here, but it's just you see less. Like, you can't see the sky as much, so it's darker in here. It's like a cave in here. The belt line on the side is higher.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Like, I struggle with like pulling up the ATMs.
Yeah.
So the interiors is darker, but the Camaro, it has a lot more features in here than the Mustang does.
Really?
Yeah, you get like mine doesn't have rev match, but other Mustangs do.
But I did good. First time owner. Look, first time manual driver got into a GT350, man, and look, I didn't even need rev matching.
He didn't
like
install
I did the
it.
Camaro.
He did not install it, not once. It came close one time, but close don't count, so we good.
Right. And then it's like, this is what I was telling Q though too, like how GM had it, like they could really put like a E handbrake. They could put like an E handbrake right here, but they didn't due to the horrible design. So I don't know that they just looked at what Mustang did already. They're like, no, we can't do that. We got to be different. But they could have just put it right here, and then they could have just saved this space, because like the space here is a lot shallower than what the Mustang give you. Mustang give you way more space.
Yeah, that's real shallow up in there.
Yeah, way more space. And then look at that. Like, they got that cup, whatever. I don't know what you want to call it, but you see, they could have added more space back there. So you could actually get the manual e-brake.
I don't think mine had one of those right there. That could be.
No, that's standard, because if you get the 1SS, 1 LE, you get that. But if you got the 2SS, that'd be like your wireless charger back there.
Charger. Okay.
Yeah, which is stupid because you can't use it, and then like if you're driving hard, your phone gonna fall out anyway.
Yeah, that it's like shallow back there too. I'm like, dog, what is it magnetized or something?
Yeah,
but it's not.
Yeah.
Can't magnetize the phone.
And it's nice because GM let you know that you got rev matching here, so you can do that. The instrument cluster, I like them both on both cars. I didn't really pay attention to his instrument cluster. I don't know, is it like the Mustang did it? Because I didn't pay attention where it, I think the newer one was like, maybe that's on the GT 5.0s where they just, is more electric, or it's not analog. Is this more analog in there?
That one's analog. You can't even get
so that's
the digital
what
cluster.
Digital, yeah.
So you can, that's where the Mach 1 comes in. The Mach 1 comes in where the shortcomings of the GT350, if that's what you want to call it. You can get that digital dash in the Mach 1.
Okay. But that's me being spoiled. But me, I mean, I'm just comparing from being a Camaro guy going to a Mustang. But yep. I still like both. Though, because I still have that. GM give you both. They give you like the analog for the RPMs and the cluster, but for your speed. But then like the middle part, you do get that digital part. But Mustang, they got it nice though too. Like, which is I prefer is that at least they give you an oil pressure and the stuff sitting up there. Versus here, you gotta like search for it and all that stuff. So you could have been blowing your. At least on the Mustang, you would have been knew you blew your engine way before. The Camaro, you was like, oh, what happened? Like,
let me see something.
Yeah.
My OBD dongle or something.
Yeah, but for the most part, though, they're both nice cars. I really like it. Comparing what you had to pay for the GT350 and the Camaro, it's like little pros and cons, but I think the GT350, believe it or not, is like better interior-wise because, I mean, it at least benefit that extra money that you're paying for.
Oh yeah, and so what I always say, I like the design in the Camaro, but I feel like the interior of the Mustang is a better interior. Like I agree. I think this is like just so phenomenal. You can turn that and change the fan speed and the temperature. The Mustang is just like a regular control. Yeah, and when I was driving, as y'all can see too, like before,
I'm so used to the push button start being here. They had it like down here, like,
Yep.
and I wasn't even used to that. I was just so in every car, even my wife's car, it's up here too. So that was just different for me to remember. Like, okay, everything is down. I don't know why they did it that way, but maybe the electrical system was just all easier to just fit it right there based on how the screen was.
Yeah, they wanted the Mustang to feel like a jet, and they got the toggle switches down there in the Mustang too.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good catch. That's a good catch. I didn't even think about the jet type of feel.
Yep, and the start button is metal in there too, or it feels like metal. It's like super
I didn't even
solid,
think about
man.
that. Yeah, probably. It do feel like this material. I don't even know what this is. Like
it's some high, whatever it is, it feels just like that.
okay.
Start button is like way over there.
And this is not. This doesn't come with the 1LE. Just to make y'all aware, like this is on my add-on. So it doesn't come with the carbon fiber, and it doesn't come with the carbon fiber on the radio. That's something I just add on because it's really hard plastic, like this there. So just in case y'all wondering why my 1SS 1LE doesn't look like that, this is add-ons. This is just add-ons from my old Camaro. So that's that.
Yep, and I like these vents, and those are pretty cool too, man. It's like I never seen any design like this. The Mustang is kind of like, well, it doesn't have this. I like this design better. Like I was saying, I like the interior design.
Okay.
And then the door handles, I got a zonky like my man's Rady's Ride say. this door handle feel a little the touch to it. The Mustang got that like down pat. Like the interior quality, I get that to the Mustang. Oh, this the sharp edge on this door right here I was talking about, man. You can cut your finger on that, man. Like if you put stuff in there, if you can barely put stuff in here.
Oh, and like you were saying though too, like yeah, the Mustang do win. I didn't pay no attention to it. Yeah, you do get more space in the Mustang than you do the Camaro. So okay, so that's nice to know. Now the only thing I must say that I haven't compared, and I feel like you don't need to compare because I don't think you're really listening to it, is like the radio. Like I still don't know what the sound system sound like in the Mustang, and I barely listen to the radio in mine because it's more like I'm listening to how the car is, and that's what I'm bought it for, just for the engine wise. Yeah. So I don't know, like if it, based on this trim, like what sound system do it come with? Like is it Harman or?
I got the Harman, the B&O, so that's the same they got in the Germans. It's
okay.
It's a good sounding system. Like it's
okay.
I couldn't stand the radio in the. Take it from me, the radio in here is not good. Like the bass radios in both of them are not good at all. They're terrible. They're very underwhelming. I hate them. Oh,
yeah, and I can't look. And I had the Bose. I had the 2SS on the last one. The Bose was like
the Bose.
It was bassy. That's how I can say that. Yeah. But this one, that's like, it's like more treble, less bass. If that makes sense. So yeah.
And I got a subwoofer in the trunk on here.
What? They can't. You added the subwoofer?
No, it's a factory thing, man. This thing like this.
They got you coming with a subwoofer?
For them to have all these options on here, like they can't just call this a track car anymore. This is basically a Mach-E type of thing right here.
Wow. And it must be in the inside or something because I see 2 speakers back there. So the subwoofer. What?
Yep. Oh, I got them Cobra mats too. They not my winter mats. I put them in the trunk. But those don't come with the car. You get the regular plain ones.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's premium right there, just like the one that leaves. Okay. Yeah. Look, he track ready. He got his helmet too. See, and he got the basketball. Okay. Okay, we gotta play a game of 21 to get the pink slips for these cars. No, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, man, just comparing these 2 cars though, like these the best of both worlds that you can get. They pretty much does the same thing. And either one you get, you're not gonna feel bad that you didn't get one over the other. It's just like shoes, it's just like clothes, it's your personal preference too. Like do you want more torque or do you want to rev it out all the way to the end? Like what you prefer?
So they do the same thing in different ways. The Camaro handle, the suspension tuning on the Camaro is hands down better. Because it's the Ford, it gets a little uneven pavement, it gets weird, it doesn't know what to do. But the Camaro is top notch when it comes to that handling.
Okay.
But the power delivery, that's the main difference that you're gonna have.
Okay.
You want torque, like you said, you want torque, or you want to rev it out. On the track, which is better? I don't know. I haven't had the Camaro on the track.
I had it in automatic, so I'm the Mustang on the track. That's just my opinion because you really get to rev it out. But the only time you get to rev it out to have that fun is on the straight line.
Mm-hmm.
The Camaro, based on my past experience, like you will have fun in the curves, and you can rev it out a little bit. But by the time you rev it out, it's gonna be time for you to shift.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like your shifting is short. Has a shortcoming on this trying to rev it out versus this one. You really gonna be like, oh man, I didn't make it all the way over there to get that power.
And it can rob you of fun. Like I told you, I went to a technical track. I didn't get this. I was in second gear the whole time. I didn't have to shift. It was like I was driving an automatic because I could only get up to like barely to 100. As soon as I hit 100, I had the downshift. So it's like I could have just stayed in second gear the whole track.
Yeah, that makes it. Yeah, because I think at the track in this one, because the gears are so short, I think it's second, third. That's the only one you fighting with the whole time.
Gotcha. And this, as far as features on the cars, the Camaro comes with more stuff, available features, standard features than you can get on any Mustang, like any of the Mustangs, not just this one. I got a fully loaded GT350, and it's missing a lot than the SS1LE. Like you got the heads-up display. You had the option for PDR.
I forgot about that too. Yeah.
You got do I have forward collision warning?
I don't think so.
I don't think I have that. You got forward collision warning in here.
That's on the ZL1s though.
It is. It's on the ZL1.
That's on the ZL1. See, but he got a more of a driver's. That's one thing I must say that I didn't say before. It's like this GT350 is a driver's car. Now I don't know, like since Q had both, he can attest to that. Like I don't know which one would be the first manual car you would have to get. But for me, like I feel like this is easier to learn on and to be the first one to get because it has so many, I want to call it babysitting features. Like it got the heads-up display for you to, as you looking up, you know what gear you in, you know where your RPMs is in, and it has active rev matching. Versus the Mustang GT350, as I was just coming fresh out of this, didn't have none of that.
You can't even get active rev match in the GT350. It's an option on the GT, but in here, and to get to it, like on the Camaro, it's the paddle shifters. You got to go through the cluster on the GT, well, the GTs, but the GT350 is just not there because they consider it just a track car. Like you should be able to do it yourself. Is their philosophy on there.
And you got to learn how to blip that throttle, which is part of active rev matching too. Like, hey, now Q saw me do it a little bit, like tap on it, and then I can just go ahead and switch down to the gear. Now, believe it or not, I thought I would stall the Mustang out more than I did the Camaro, but actually it was the opposite. I stalled my Camaro more than I did the Mustang. Maybe because the clutches is different, but I do prefer the clutch in the Mustang over the Camaro. Believe it or not. Like, that's crazy. I'm like, what? But that's the truth. That's the truth to me right now.
So going from a Mustang to the Camaro, that bite point in the Mustang is lower, and it makes it easier to drive just because you like barely lift the clutch up and you going into gear. The Camaro, you got like dead space, and then it starts to bite or engage, and then it shifts into gear. It's just different. Like if he never drove this before, like you wouldn't notice that in the Camaro, but being able to compare the two, it's a difference. And when I first went from the GT to the SS1LE, like it was, I stalled the Camaro like more just because I was so used to driving the same car. It's just different, not good, bad, different.
Yeah, and so that's our opinions on it. Like, what y'all guys think? Y'all could drop a comment down below. These are pros, and this is our opinion of pros and cons between the two. There's really nothing wrong with either choice that you make. It's just personal preference, you know? So this is going to wrap this video up for me coming from Blueprint 1 at Lee. And this is my boy Q the Chaotic, who's crazy with the cars, man. So be sure to go to his channel. Be sure to buy the merch. The Jrue products. Don't be ashy out here.
We are not ashy at all.
It's 60 degrees, but don't be ashy. So be sure to support those products, the body butters, the beard oil, the hair oil, the growth oil, all of that. And be sure to support my channel with the new merch, Time Flies When You Drive. This is the new design here. And it's for everybody. Even though it got the drag tree, time flies at the drag strip, because you know that's what matters. And then you know you drive, because if you got a manual, you driving the car not driving itself. So
that hoodie looking good, man. Woo!
yeah. And this the new color drop, military green. So it's out there on the site at team4motorsports.com.
I'm gonna have to get one of those too, man.
Yeah,
Why my lights on?
So I appreciate you guys, you know, supporting both of our channels.
So that's the rundown between the differences of these two cars. SS1LE, GT350. The better value, hands down, is the SS1LE. It is such a good value. Like, even in today's market, you can still buy those new GT350. They're out of production. You got to get a Mach 1. You're going to pay as much for a GT350 if you buy a Mach 1. They're very similar, 95% the same car. Same thing, different application of how the power is applied. Anthony drove it. Check out this video driving that. I think he had a little too much fun, but it was a good time in there, man. Just hearing the sound, seeing his face, the reactions. Yeah. But if you can spring for it, I personally wouldn't buy a Mustang GT350 in this market. They're going for like over 60,000.
Wow.
I bought mine, and that's used with like some miles on it. I've seen them as high as 70,000 like last year.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they just went up. I bought mine at 59, which was high, and they just kept going up.
And they stopped, and they came out with the Mach 1. So man, yeah, you winning.
Man, so I'm sitting good on equity right now. But we're gonna wrap this video up. That's the difference between these two. Go ahead and check out Anthony's channel. Get the merch. Time flies when you drive. That's the motto. Team4motorsports.com. Go check it out. High quality merch. Go get the Jrue products, the beard butter, body butter, black soap. We got it all, so you won't be ashy out here, you ashy people. So we're about to wrap up that video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll check you all out on the next video.
See ya.
Peace out.